What's good? Welcome to Rain Check. It's been a while since I did one of these, man. Nothing too heavy on the heart, but me and the homie Sergeant, shout out to Sentinel, man. We're just having a little bit of a conversation, and again, hopefully you don't take offense to it. If you do, not to say I don't care, but I feel like it's coming from a good place. Because we were kind of having a conversation about, because I made a comment on a post that he said he had essentially blocked comments on, right? And again, no smoke to him. I think people can police their online presence however they feel comfortable to, right? You should do whatever you want, man. And that's never my perspective, right? To try to tell you what you should or should not do. And if anybody's ever felt that way about anything that you do, you can tell them to kick rocks. But again, there's also people that I think are just trying to have genuine conversation or just being genuine people as they would be in real life. Like if I think some shit is funny or looks a certain way, I might make a comment. You know what I mean? It's just something that that's always been, especially when it comes to the online space. And I think that's kind of where I start getting into, because it's not like he's the one that like this idea came from or is the first person that has ever done it. Because I see other people do it, right? They get online, they start policing. Or they say something and make a post, and you start seeing people respond to it in a certain way, and either they limit the visibility or they don't mute the post, whatever the case may be, just so they can control the way that the conversation is being had. And look, I 100% get it if you're having a conversation offline or you're having a conversation in a space and you don't want people to fly off the hinges. For an example, I get to do a couple streams, and I was on stream with my brother. We're on Twitch or whatever. There's certain words that I just don't say, knowing that it is going to be on social platforms, right? Just because, one, I think it's just out of respect for one. Sure, I could be a dick and say, oh, freedom of speech and this, that, and other thing, and I give you a million reasons why I should be able to say whatever the fuck I want, right? But I don't think that that's the point. I do still think that as humans, that we can still have some form of care or just be aware of how certain things may come across. And again, do whatever you want, say however you want. I do believe there's power in the word, there's power in the tongue, right? That's one of the teachings from the Bible that is like, you gotta pay attention to, right? And I think that's something that, as an American, you should be able to do as well, to a certain extent. Nobody's free of judgment. Nobody's free of consequences. Nobody's free of anything, right? Now, due to recent situations that have happened, condolences to those who have lost a loved one, right? But, to me, anytime that you say anything in a public space, or especially when it comes to online, I would expect, at least for me, and I guess I'll just speak for me, when I post things online, I am doing it with the intention that this is something that I am willing to stand on, or that I am standing on. Not even willing, I am standing on what I am saying. If I wasn't standing on it, then I wouldn't post it. If somebody feels a way or wants to give me feedback, whatever they want to do, look, you're more than welcome to provide whatever feedback. Tell me how you feel. Say whatever you'd like. You can whatever, dog. I don't have to listen to the shit that you're saying. Maybe that's just a me thing where, because I've grown up with the internet, again, 90s kid, that I have a filter to where I can see people post heinous shit, hurtful shit, and kind of look past it. Mind you, I ain't the biggest, I ain't fucking big on fucking social media, right? Or the internet or whatever the case. But it's just, for me, the way that I've always carried myself on the internet is, if it's not something that I would say in real life, then I'm not going to post it online. Again, that standing on what I am telling you. Point blank, period. Regardless of what the feedback may be or whatever the case. Not saying that you can't say some off the wall shit and then come back and be like, yeah, you know what? That was kind of off the wall. Come back later. Maybe you take it down. But even then, I would say, Keep that shit up. Put a post under it, retweet it, or repost it, whatever you want to do. Say, yo, I kind of changed my mind on that. I think as humans, we should be able to do that as well. You get new information and you're able to change your mind and see things a little bit differently than you did yesterday or an hour ago, whatever the case may be, right? So, again, no smoke to the homie Sergeant. For anybody out there, because it was somebody else that also got a little bit sensitive about recent events, right? And people saying certain things. So somewhat to the extent of, yo, you don't know me like that. Why you saying stuff? Because I essentially made a post. I was like, dog, y'all making all these stances about recent events. I don't make these stances in any other part of your life. But you making a stance here, right? I just think also for me that there has to be some form of consistency as people, right? Or at least for the things that you're saying that you stand for. And if video games is where you make your stance, I get it, bro. Like, okay, if that's the one that's easy for you. Because I think there's something about that as well, where people choose to make a stance in places that they feel is the easiest to make a stance. And I think it's okay to admit that as well. Dog, I don't need to fucking know you. You don't gotta know me. But if I've seen you post enough, if you come across sensitive, if you come across a certain way, then I'm going to take it as is. Until I meet you in person, it is what it is in person. There's certain people that I feel a certain way about online. Since I've joined the gaming community, I've been part of this thing for 5 years or whatever the case, posting on and off. Mind you, go down my timeline, that's what I would expect a gaming timeline to look like. Sharing content, sharing clips, retweeting posts, keeping that shit fucking gaming for the most part. Sharing other creators' content. If I'm not sharing your shit, it's because I'm not watching your shit. Sorry if that offends you. It is what it is. I don't have all the time in the world. And if that is offensive to you, then dog, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do for you. You're not keeping me. It's the same way if anybody was watching our shit. Like you watching my stuff right now. If you watched it this far, I'm probably rambling. But I don't mind posting stuff online if I feel like something is on my mind and I want to talk about it, right? I try to keep things gaming because that is something that I'm passionate about and I care for, and I want to hear people's discussion about. I want to hear different angles. There's people that I mute and block. I mute more than, especially at least on Twitter, X. There's more people that I mute than I block, and I don't mute a whole bunch of people. But there's certain shit that's just like, dog, your antics, the way you carry yourself, I'm not really vibing with. And I carry the same energy. There's people that I don't fuck with online because I see how shit react. I've done my own research. Certain things don't quite add up. And the energy that I have for you online is the same energy that I'm going to have for you in person. The shit don't change. There's people who are not consistent in that way. And that's, again, to each their own. You do run your life however you want to run your life. I wasn't raised that way. But maybe it's because I'm from the South. Maybe it's because whatever the case might be. I don't know. Maybe it's because of the culture. I don't know, dog. So, needless to say, to me, if there was a PSA, if you got something to say what you got to say. But understand that at least from my perspective, and my perspective don't have to mean shit to you, but from my perspective, mean what you say. Or don't say shit. As the saying goes, if you ain't got nothing nice to say, don't say it. And even I'm not the greatest about that, but do with that information what you will. These posts might come frequently or they might not. Who knows? But with that being said, if you're interested in just get more about me, random uploads, conversations, whatever the case, still REiGN. That Teaser7 everywhere, baby. Google's the easiest place to find me. And other than that, make sure you love on one another. Make sure you're praying to whatever God that you believe in. Try to give out good energy if you can, and continue to try to find yourself in this crazy universe we live in. With that, much love. Y'all stay easy. Peace.